Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. In today's video we are going to be doing a hooded eye tutorial using the Too Faced Chocolate Gold eyeshadow palette, this guy right here. Absolutely in love with this palette at the moment. The foils in here are just absolutely to die for, and the mattes are really lovely too. So if you yourself have a hooded eye and this sounds like something that you might be interested in learning about, then please keep on watching. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to prime our eyes with the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly, this guy right here. Really enjoy the formula of this. I find that it really does help to make your eyeshadow last all day long, and it really does help, particularly when you are using shimmers, just to really bring the metallic through. Okay, so to start off with, we're just going to go in with the shade So Bougie, this one right here. And we're going to be taking that on an Inglot, what is this, 6SS brush, this guy right here. Okay guys, so as you can see, I'm just going to close my eyes and you should be able to see where my natural crease line is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this colour just slightly above my natural crease line, just below my brow bone, so really concentrating it in this area here. The reason for doing that is because a little bit later on we're actually going to do a cut crease, and so we really want to basically define a new crease area really. So yeah, just going ahead with back and forth motions and just working the shadow in and around. Okay, so once you have that shadow nice and blended, as you can see, I am actually sticking to a dome shape. We will add a little bit of liner later on to elongate the eye, but for now, just sticking with that dome shape I find to be the best to start with. So from there, we're going to jump into the next shade. This is Cocoa Truffle, it's this one right here. We're just going to be taking that one there on my Morphe Y19 brush, so it's this guy right here. A little bit more firmly packed than the previous brush we were using. Now with this one here, we're going to really focus that just above, I'll just look down so you guys can see. So pretty much just in this area right here. So again, not quite all the way up to where we took So Bougie. So I'm going to keep it a little bit below where the brown line is and slightly above where my natural crease is. Just with circular motions, working from the outside in. Okay, so once that's down, what I want to do is deepen up our outer corner a little bit. So to do that, we're going to be using the shade Decadent, this one right here, on a MAC 233 brush. And what we're going to do is just pack that shadow on the outer corner. Now guys, do be careful because this is very, very pigmented. So just with tapping motions. Now I'm being very careful not to take that too high because we don't really want to take it too much into the crease with this particular brush, and I'll show you why in a moment. So once we have that laid down, as you can see, it looks very, very harsh at the moment. So what we're going to do now is we're going to blend it out, and to do that we're going to be using the Inglot 46SS brush, this one right here. So as you can see, nice and fluffy. And I believe it's a natural hairbrush, I think it is. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to really finesse this and work it into the rest of the shadow. Okay, so once you've got that all blended out, and you're probably thinking, oh my God, Victoria, you're looking a little bit crazy. Do not worry, we will be cleaning this up soon. So what we're gonna do is jump straight back into Cocoa Truffle, this one right here. And using that, again, just using it on the Morphe Y19 brush. And what we're gonna do is just concentrate it slightly above where we've done that black shadow in our natural crease, just to redefine that beautiful brown color, just with sweeping motions and circular. Okay, so once that's down, what we're going to do now is jump back into our Mac paint pot in the shade Painterly, this guy right here. And we're going to be taking that on a Morphe G15 brush. It's this one right here. Very, very small brush. Oops, there we go. Very small brush, very tightly packed. And what we're going to do is start our cut crease. So if you don't have the Mac paint pot, you can go ahead and use any concealer you like. It'll work all the same. So once you've got your brush coated, what we're going to do is we're going to place the concealer. So as you can see, I've actually got two natural creases. I hope this shows on camera. So I actually have two natural creases. So what I want to do is actually place the concealer right in between those two natural creases that I have. And then what it's going to do is naturally transfer up. And when it transfers up, that's when we'll see where the true crease should technically be. So just looking up and down, and you'll see now it has effectively transferred to where my natural crease is. And that's exactly where we want to go ahead and carve out our cut crease, because that's where we're going to be placing our shimmer shadow. So just working that all the way back into the inner corner. Okay, so that's looking pretty even. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with our shimmer shadow. So the shade that I'm going to use for this today will be a Rich Girl, and it's this one right here. Beautiful, beautiful. So almost like I don't even know how you describe this actually. It's not quite silver, but it has like a silver, sheeny, coffee sort of latte look to it. I don't know, it's hard to describe. So we're going to be taking that one there on a Sigma E55 brush. I really quite like this brush here for packing on shadow, particularly shimmers. I find I have a lot of control with it, and it's still fairly small, which for my eyes, I have fairly small eyes, so I find it really, really handy for that. So taking it dry first and getting a fairly good amount on the brush, as you can see. We're just going to go ahead and in packing motions, put that all over where we've placed that concealer. Now this is looking really, really beautiful, but what I want to do is I want to intensify this shine even more. So what we're going to do is take a little bit more of Rich Girl on this Sigma E55 brush. Once you have it well coated, what we're going to do is spray a little bit of MAC Fix Plus onto the brush. If I can, there we go. Now you'll notice I chose not to actually spray the brush first and then dip in the pan. The reason why I choose to do that is because I just find it saves the shadows in the pan. I don't really like dipping a wet brush straight into eyeshadow. I don't think it's the best for the shadow overall. So once you've got that there, what we're going to do is just go ahead and place it everywhere where we've placed the dry shadow. And as you can see, it just transforms and it takes on such an incredible metallic. Okay, so once you've got that laid down, what we're going to do now is clean up the outsides a little bit more and just really get that cut crease nice and defined. So what we're going to do first is grab a Morphe G27 brush. So it's just like a little pencil brush. And we're going to take some more of the Cocoa Truffle, and ever so lightly, we're just going to focus that right above the metallic shadow. So what we've done by doing that is just really redefining that new crease that we've created for ourselves. So now on a Morphe Y15 brush, this one right here, we're just going to grab a little bit of So Bougie and we're just going to work it on the outside and then work our way in slightly, trying not to disturb any of that shimmer shadow. Okay, so now what we're going to do is grab our MAC 223 brush, this guy right here, and we're just going to jump into Cocoa Truffle again and just very lightly pack that on the outer corner, and then we'll blend it all in and we should be good to go. So just grabbing our Inglot, I was going to say E-Sigma, our Inglot 6SS brush, the really fluffy one. And we're just going to use that to really finesse the rest of this shadow and get it nice and blended. Okay, so once you have that blended out, what we're going to do now is grab the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Gel Pencil Liner. And we're just going to use this to trace a very thin line right across our lash band. Okay, so once you have that down, just on a Marc Jacobs smudge brush, this one right here, Okay, so once you have that nice and blended in, just with a makeup wipe, we're just going to go ahead and just clean up under the lid here. Just one swipe up, and that'll help really define that that wing area for you. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do now is pop on some mascara and some foundation and basically do the rest of my face, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. So now we're going to finish this look off by completing underneath our eyes. So to do that, what we're going to do is grab the Morphe Y17 brush again, this one right here. And we're going to take that So Bougie, just a little bit on the bottom of this brush, and work it underneath our lash line. Okay, so now we're just going to take a little bit of Cocoa Truffle, and we're just going to again keep that right on that lash line. And just blending it up. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is just highlight our inner corner. I think I want to go in with Gold Dipped, and it's this one right here. And I'm just going to take that on a Morphe Y22 brush. It's a really small little blending brush. And we're just going to take that and run that under the lash line as well. Okay, so for mascara today, I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Lash. And here we are with the final look, guys. I'm really happy with how my eyes turned out. I really do enjoy using the cut crease technique. I just find that it helps really open up my eyes. I find that it just makes them, you know, look a little bit bigger and bolder. So yeah, I really do enjoy this technique, particularly if you do have a hooded eye. I think it's a really great one to use. So if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Mwah. Bye guys.